Alright, before we start this video, I've got to address something very important and very serious that I know people have been told about. If you aren't aware, I may have mentioned that this is Passenger's son previously. Apparently it's not, alright. Apparently it's not. I regret my choices. I regret saying that. I was just joking. I totally knew this wasn't Passenger's son. Anyway, moving on. We are going to be told about the Siracusa event. I know a lot of people curious how to get Vigil, might be curious how the actual event works. So we're going to get straight into it, but just before I start, I want to go over the headhunting. Some people don't know this, but you can also get off-banner characters on this banner. If you aren't aware, to the off person, you can get these 5, right? Obviously, Texas and Pendants have a higher chance, but you can also get any of these. There is a chance of you getting them. At the end of the day, if it happens, it happens. That is how this game works, unfortunately. Now, moving on to the actual event then. So, straight away, I'm going to have to move my camera for this because there is quite a lot on the left side, I'm not going to lie to you. We have the shop, we'll go over this first. So, as you can see here, I have bought the headhunter permits. Before you do anything, make sure to try and buy these. These are very worth it. The pulls, you want more pulls for Texas if you're pulling or even doing stuff later down the line. Very worth it. I recommend buying everything in this first section because it's got very good value. And these pieces of furniture, I personally don't buy them, but if you like them, then buy them. It's really up to you in that sense. And after I buy everything in this first section, I tend to buy everything in the second section when I can. And as you can see, I've already bought some stuff here just because I'm trying to build a character. And then the third section, don't buy the LMD or the furniture parts. If you are like desperate for furniture, I don't think it's even worth it anyway, but I would not buy the LMD or furniture parts. It's up to you what you do with this section. Personally, do not buy the LMD. Oh my god, please don't buy the LMD. Anyway, moving on to some more of the complicated things now, because this event is a little bit different compared to other events, because we do tend to get the actual like free character through the shop. We don't get it through the shop this time, so I'm gonna go over a couple things. First of all, we do have these missions which you can get these points on. With this, you basically just clear stages, and as you can see, you can even read what you need to do. You'll get these points. It makes it easier so you don't have to farm as much. Recommend doing them. You can get a module data block. You can get some furniture. Pretty decent. Pretty basic in general. Get more points. And then we're going to talk about the actual gameplay because this is where it becomes a little bit more complicated. So, there's going to be a lot to this. First of all, I'm just going to say this now. If we very quickly just go to Texas, abandon this. As you can see, there will be a lot of stages, or at least a lot of things on the screen. There's like cafe, car wash, and like this one. You don't have to worry about these. These aren't any like secret stages you have to clear or like stages you might not understand. These are their kind of more for story related things. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. As you can see here, this yellow line actually leads me towards the content I'm going to do. So like, for example, this is one of the stages for the story. This one's IS1. This is another stage. This is IS2 and onwards and forwards. You want to make sure you're doing all of these because at the end of the day, you're going to be able to unlock EX mode after completing all of these. I'm not sure if it's time gated at the moment. I'm not sure because it doesn't say anything, so I have no real idea, but it does move me on to the next part. So even if you're clearing the stages, in general, if you want to get Vigil or you want to get some rewards, if I go hop over to this bomb thing on the bottom left, I click this and you will get these characters that, as you can see here, there will be several characters. First one you get, I believe, is Texas. You have these rewards of Vigil or his Vigil folder, which you can use for potential as well if you already have him. You have these ordinary rewards and special rewards. Now, if you are curious how to get these rewards, just straight away, you want to make sure you're selecting the character. As you can see here, this button does it. I click that, and then this is where the next missions come in. So you will get missions on the top right tab. Click in the little map kind of looking icon where it's like got a tag down. If you click that, you will have these missions. You go through each of these, and eventually you will unlock all these rewards. And as you unlock these rewards, eventually you will get Vigil. That is as simple as it works. Now, you will realize if I hop over to a different character, for example, I hop over to Lapland, sign her, sometimes you will be stuck on a certain stage. So if I hop over to this and I try and do this one, I click skip the dialogue because we're not interested. I need to give a certain item to the person or do something with a certain item. Now, you might be wondering why it says blanked out. It is because you don't have that item. As you can see here to the bottom left, there is a little box icon. This is where you need a specific item. How do you get this item? This is where this part comes in, the Critica Artistica. Quite interesting way you've done things. Just to kind of give a brief overview of how this works. First of all, this can be a spoiler to some people, so if you don't want to see who the comments are by or something maybe related to a story, you can skip this part. But a basic example of how this works, I'm going to click on this right now. You've been warned. If we click on this, you will have different comments. And every day, you will get 2 likes. With these 2 likes, you can like a comment. If you like a comment, you will get a certain character popping up. It is random. It is based off the comment. If you, for example, do the same thing I did, you will get Texas on this one. You will get Vigil on this one. But these are random because you don't know what they are. And basically, for example, if I liked Sora's comment, Sora will actually get her item. So for example, if I'm trying to progress in a story, like I was showing you with Lapland, if I get Lapland's comment, I will get her item. And then that means if I go over to here and I try and complete this mission, I will actually be able to, I believe, caress the photograph. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's how it works. So that's the basics of this event. That's really as simple as it is. If you are also trying to figure out a different way of actually finding where the missions are, you will see this little arrow. So when you have a character selected at the bottom left, there will be an arrow somewhere on the map that is like a little pointing circle, and you can just follow that and then do it. As you can see, sometimes there'll be stages you have to clear with specific conditions, so make sure you're doing them. And that is the basics of the event. The X stages are going to be kind of interesting because you have just normal clears and the challenge mode. Basically allows for more Arknights. If you're wondering how much we get through the whole event, we get 41 Arknights through clearing stages. We obviously got 5 yesterday from the mail that we got. So in general, pretty good. And I think that kind of goes over everything. There are a couple of things I'll just mention that aren't specifically related if you're interested. We do have the daily login, and we also have this 10 times pull. Obviously, you want to pull on this. This is just a free pull. This expires, so you can't use it on another banner. We also have rain season login event, which gives us skin at stage 4. I personally don't like the skin, but the rewards are pretty decent. And further down the line, maybe you'll like this character. You never know. And Industry Corporation Forum. If you are confused how this works, basically there will be rows. There'll be, I believe it's 2 choices. I don't think it matters which one you pick. You just go for the random that's, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, I believe. From what I know, basically how this works is you'll end up with the same amount of random generally. If you're really, really curious, go search it up online in my opinion. I don't want to give out false information. But anyway, hopefully that answered a couple of your questions. If it did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. Honestly, I can't explain how much it helps. Thank you all for support recently. I've reached, I think, 1,400 subscribers now, which is kind of crazy. Honestly, I can't believe it. Like, I have to re-record a lot of my videos because I hate editing. Like, I cannot edit a video because mentally, I just hate recording if I do that. So, apologize if my videos are a bit all over the place sometimes. But if you did enjoy the video and you do like my content, please do let me know why you like it. And go join the Discord down below. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next one, and adios.